Leadership determines on the amount of empathy. I'm Shepa. Hope you're doing well today. In today's video, I want to share with you the number one skill you have to master to become a true leader. So many leaders currently in the corporate world are just saying you have to do this, you have to do that, and just applying pressure, especially to people like me who are millennials. Millennials are growing up in an environment which is full of instant gratification. We have grown up in all the app world and all this smartphone world, and it starts with Super Mario and ends on currently smartphone and the latest apps. We are AR industry. And the thing is, we have a big generation gap between this understanding and misunderstanding. And in fact, we the millennials are more used to technology, so we're not afraid to make mistakes when it comes to operating a certain program or something like that. But the older generation does. The problem in our system is that all these things that were created for economics and also for public relation and also for things to corporate world, to putting us rules. The rules are creating in 70s. The rules are creating in 70s. And those people who are teaching those rules are people from the they were created actually not by 70s, even by 1900 or something like that. So it was really created for not the 21st century, but by the 18th century. And the thing is, those rules are taught by people who are from the 19th century or 20th century to pupils who are 21st century. And pupils and so-called millennials from 21st century are more this generation which have low self-esteem because of several things. Because first of all, the instant gratification, because of all they are taught those same things which are taught back then, and those rules doesn't even apply to current situations. The most rules don't apply, and the most companies are playing really not, they don't playing an infinitive game. They try to actually beat their other companies in playing a fight night game. It means it's like fight night games are really games where you have rules who everyone has established, but the thing is, in corporate world nobody has established any rules and everyone is playing their own game. And this is actually the biggest difference why Apple is everyone is hating on Apple, because Apple is don't playing a fight night game, they are playing an infinitive game. They're playing for 50 years straight, but not for just 5 years, how the most companies do. And this is actually the biggest difference and the biggest thing that the most do. Especially the fight night game players, they are not planned for, as I said, for just 5 years, but maybe 50 years straight. And because they're planning so, they are also treating their own employees more than, they're more focusing on their employees mostly. And this is the biggest difference. You can be in the same industry depending on the focus, because many companies are just focused on giving everything to the customer, which is really important. However, if you don't focus on your employees, you can't give anything. If you just apply stress to your employees, you can't give the results you want to have. And the key to everything is having simply empathy. Empathy, yeah. Because when someone has bad results and not showing the right numbers, which it does normally, it might be something maybe in his family. you even don't know. And the most is just saying, okay, if you don't have the same numbers in the family, and I can't guarantee your future. What kind of future? I mean, this is just applying stress. And as employer, you have to also see your employees. And the thing is, if you are really strict to your employees as an employer, what eventually happens is, this stress is just going from up till the roots. And when it goes to the roots, you can actually give the service that you want to provide to your customers. And you can see actually the difference between people who are really genuinely say hello and let me say in a hotel room or something like that, or someone who is just forced to say hello and how are you. You just see the difference. It's just the aura. It just really is this energy which is more contagious, which is just faked or true, and you can feel it without any words. And this is so important, because the way you apply energy towards your employees, this is the way they would act also to your own customers, because even CEO is just responsible for the people who are responsible for the people who are responsible for the customers. And they're never responsible for customers, employers actually. Maybe sometimes, but mostly just responsible for people who are responsible for people who are responsible for customers. And if you have even bigger corporation, there's responsible for people, responsible for people, responsible for people, responsible for people, and this list goes on. And like on the 10th grade, for people who are responsible for customers. And this is actually so true in the big corporations who are just really don't care about the employees, because they don't give any attention towards being vulnerable, because showing empathy is also showing vulnerability and showing I can understand your problem. I'm not this guy from the sky. I was also in the same situation. You just grab someone by the hand. It's just talk to someone really in a genuine level. This is so important currently. In fact, if you know Nelson Mandela, he was one of the biggest leaders, no doubt. And when you actually ask him how he has actually learned leadership, and he said always, I have learned it from my father. And he was always saying like, my father has always talked at the last one. He was the last one who was talking, and because he was talking, he was the last one. He's showing authority, and he is also showing empathy. And he was one of those people who are responsible not just for himself but also for the whole tribe. So this is actually the thing: show empathy and develop the skill to really show empathy to your own employees if you're an employer. So Reshaper, where I got actually all this knowledge and everything, it was my coach when I was back then about to commit suicide, and he has took me off of my own cave of madness. Based on this knowledge, I also currently do offer discovery coaching session online, one session for free. At the session, what we do the first, to give you the clarity and to give me the knowledge if we are even having the synergy between each other. I want to give you the why first. So if you're someone who is struggling in your business, or if you're someone who is starting out and don't know how to do the first step, aka have the first close, this is the way. You just click the link down below and we can schedule a call together. Second thing, I have also learned from my coach that mastermind groups are the most powerful thing in the world, because you get the knowledge from these people and based on their experience, and also you get also the positive vibes and everything. People will encourage you to strive, and they are striving, and this energy becomes contagious, and it's just really amazing feeling to be in this kind of environment with people who are like-minded like you. So if you want to contribute to this group, this is the group for you, because I make it for you, Reshaper. I also chunk link down below. Do not hesitate and enter the group. So Reshaper, tell me, what's number one thing you've picked up so far I do upload every single day, so make sure to hit the notification bell and the subscribe button. Tell me in the comments down below what's number one thing and share it with your friends, because I believe sharing is caring. Also hit the like button if you had some value from it. And it's always Reshaper. Do not lie to yourself and pursue your passion now.